etc. for you and your families if you go along with this and you have all the organic, good food to eat, etc., etc. That's the deal.
Exactly. So out of fear of their own system, they go, all right, I'll help you murder them. All right, I'll be evil. And they go, now you're with us. But there's always a night of the long knives for you. And you're going to be betrayed, just like those torturers followed orders, and then Bush cut them loose. Remember that. We'll be right back.
It's a new year full of uncertainties. People are being laid off in record numbers. The price of food continues to rise, and the economy continues to falter. You know that you need to prepare. And maybe you've been putting it off, but the time to act is now. That's why you need to visit Organicaseed.com. At Organicaseed.com, you'll find one of the largest online selections of heirloom seeds, survival seed packs, as well as the giant vegetable seed collections that can feed you and your family for years. Imagine growing your very own fresh vegetables, wheatgrass, fruits, herbs, rice, tea, coffee, and tobacco. With detailed growing guides available to you at no charge, you can maximize your harvest and investment. And the best part? All orders ship within 24 hours. So head over to Organicaseed.com. That's Organica seed.com. Organicaseed.com today.
It is a big idea. A new world order.
In the near future, Earth is dominated by a powerful world government.
It's known as the Bilderberg Group. Could their objective be world domination?
For thousands of years, their dark order grew. Now, as they hail the birth of the New World Order, their great dream of exterminating 80% of humanity is at hand. For the first time in history, the elite's plan for world government is blown wide open. You will learn the secret that drives the entire New World Order agenda.
Bilderberg is making great progress toward a world government.
Most people have no idea. They're not after money. They have all the money they need. They're after power. That's their aphrodisiac.
Order Endgame on DVD at prisonplanet.com or Infowars.com, or watch it online right now at prisonplanet.tv. Endgame, blueprint for global enslavement. You have been warned.
On the average, Americans work between 45 to 50 years, hoping to build up enough wealth to retire and live out their golden years. Unfortunately, with taxation, the rising cost of food, energy, housing, and medical, many retirees are forced to live below the poverty line. Is this a flaw free enterprise, or is our monetary unit we call the Federal Reserve Note forcing us into perpetual debt, ensuring inflation and higher taxes? These questions and more can be answered by reading G. Edward Griffin's book, The Creature from Jekyll Island. Congressman Ron Paul states it's what every American needs to know about central bank power. A gripping adventure into the secret world of international banking cartel. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. I will give a silver dollar from the early 1900s to anyone who purchases this book. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order a copy today. It's critical that the public be made aware of the system. Call and order your copy today at 1-800-686-2237. That's 1-800-686-2237.
More than 700 chemicals have been found in our drinking water. And did you know that you have greater exposure to these chemicals while taking hot showers than when drinking the water? That's because many chemicals are inhaled when they evaporate, and others are absorbed into the skin. The KDF Dual Media Shower Filter works with both hot and cold water, and it's designed to reduce chlorine, lead, mercury, and iron, and it inhibits the growth of bacteria, mold, algae, and fungus. The KDF Dual Media Shower Filter typically lasts 10,000 gallons or 1 year, whichever comes first. Hospitals, restaurants, and water treatment facilities use this media to reduce chlorine, iron, heavy metals, and bacteria. What about you? Order your KDF shower filter normally $49 for our special price of only $39.99 with free shipping. Call the Berkey Guy and order now by calling 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online by visiting us at directive21.com. That's directive21.com now.
Cyrus Jones from 1810 to 1913.
You know, it's magic to be alive. It's so wonderful. We're on this planet, depths of space, all this beauty around us, the atmosphere, the birds, the trees, flowers, life. I can just sit there in my yard looking at the grass and little spider or bugs walking around. It's all majesty. Meanwhile, the Madison Avenue has you feeling insecure, all focused, feeling dirty, feeling weak. And they've always got new poisons to sell you to supposedly fulfill you. Alan's agreed to stay with us the full transmission, so another 35 minutes. Very honored to have him with us. Let's go ahead and go back to the calls. Deborah in Illinois, then Steve, Gary, Jonathan, Tatina, and others. Debbie, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, Alex. Hi, Alan. Thanks for everything you do to inform us. I'm calling in. I wanted to inform you. I had a local TV station do a hit number on me regarding the jet contrails that I've been watching spray us since March, and I've been photographing. I sent...
yeah, what they're doing is they simultaneously do pieces on locals saying it doesn't exist while telling you in the New York Times and Wall Street Journal and USA Today that, oh, we're spraying you now to save the earth. But then, see, it's good when they say it, but when you say, hey, you know, contrails, you know, are ice. They stay there a minute or so. Those stay there all day and turn into clouds. They go, oh, you're insane. So what did the locals do to you?
Well, it's really crazy story. I called in to report all these jets. Some days were worse than others, and they seemed interested. They came out, they did an interview for an hour. Then they took sound bites of what I said, and then they put me up against a jet mechanic from the local college who said that chemicals aren't being sprayed. And then I was also pitted up against a weather forecaster out of Chicago who said that the weather modification experiments were done in the 70s. As far as he knew, there's not any more being done.
What? There's scores of U.S. companies doing it full-time publicly, and hundreds of universities and government agencies openly admit they're doing it. The president's announcing they're getting ready to do it on a mass scale. But see, this is the example of how the propaganda works, and these locals feel like they're powerful. They're part of the system exposing this kook, but really they're in Plato's cave. Alan Watt comments.
Yeah, it's true. Again, it's a form of doublethink. You're kept in doublethink. In fact, you're taught to deny your own senses. That's the key to it. When you see them yourself, you're taught that can't be happening. The media would have told me so. That's how most people reason today. The media does the reasoning for them, according to Brzezinski. But yeah, they will poo-poo you when you see them in your local area, and they'll even tell you, well, they might be spraying, but not where you are, as though it's some freak sort of thing if it occurred over your head. But yeah, they've been spraying daily almost since 1998. And I remember the first day it started in Ontario, there were half the height. The whole sky was a grid on the very first day. And that's when the bronchial problem started with everyone. It got so bad 3-4 years ago, most of the birds were dead. And they've changed their mixes even as they go along. They don't do the full spray generally across the entire sky. They do it in short bursts that turn into clouds more rapidly. But this is old stuff, and I've covered it. Teller, the guy who invented the H-bomb, was the guy who brought to the Pentagon the whole idea of floating lots of particles of barium, aluminum oxide, and various other metals into the atmosphere using a standing wave technology like HAARP, along with it to create weather modification. And that went all the way to the President of the United States. And the Pentagon actually worked on it at the time. It's a very old agenda, and it's in use now. Yeah.
Absolutely. So how did this end? Just that you're an evil thought criminal, and everybody giggled and laughed and said Mercury was good for them?
No, but the crazy part about it was then a month prior to that, we had mysterious goo left on lawns. And that they did a story on that. And you can go to mystateline.com and search for mysterious goo left on lawn. And that was done on May 7th. And then you can also go to What's That Slimy Gel. The next day they did another piece. And that's May 8th.
All right, thank you.
We actually had...
Ma'am, go ahead.
We actually had gel in people's yards.
That's what they had in Scotland. The Scottish newspapers are also I showed you the photographs of this mysterious gel that's breaking all over the islands.
Yeah, we got a break here, ma'am. Thank you. Meanwhile, the media never looks at the Daily Oklahoman or hundreds of other papers when they admit, oh, Homeland Security will spray every town